Though it may seem difficult to be thinking of your outdoor garden at this time of year, spring flowering bulb emergence is just around the corner. Very soon, rainbowed swaths of daffodils, tulips, hyacinths,
and crocus
will be breaching the frosted soil, ready to decorate our yards in the inauguration of spring. And did you know there are ways to optimize their beauty? Today, we will dive into those ways. And don't forget, if you'd like to be in the know with the latest gardening tips and tricks, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Contrary to popular opinion, spring flowering bulbs should be fertilized as they first emerge from the ground, and not when they are blooming. At the emergence stage, the roots of the plants are still actively growing and absorbing nutrients. Alternatively, the roots are already beginning to die as the plants are blooming, so any fertilizer you put down at that point is actually being wasted along with your time and money. Unless, that is, you're trying to fertilize for next year. Applying at emergence, aim for the use of a lower range fertilizer with an equal nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium ratio, such as a 777, 999, 10-10-10, etc. This will ensure that your plants have all of the key nutrients that they need without running the risk of burning off the roots that they're actively growing. If you have fertilized this same location in years past, you may be able to avoid the use of fertilizers containing phosphorus and potassium altogether, only applying a low-range nitrogen source because there's still plenty of the other nutrients in the soil. To know whether this is recommended, the best course of action is to do a soil test of the area before fertilizing, a service the Extension Office will help facilitate. Conducting a soil test, the key is to sample your testing area in numerous different spots. For example, if you were testing your flower garden, you would want to dig your 6-inch sample holes in 4 different corners, and then perhaps even a 5th sample in the center. Then you make your primary sample. This is done by taking equal portions of soil from each of the holes dug and mixing them together. 2 cups of that congregate sample are then what is turned into the Extension Office to be sent off and tested for you. Soil addressed, water is also of high consideration with your bulbs. If you haven't yet, consider giving them a light watering before they emerge, as the lack of precipitation since last fall has probably left them in want. Though many bulbs prefer to be on the drier side throughout the winter to avoid rotting, they also need to be in soil that is at least moist to enable growth. If you have planted bulbs into pots, watering efforts should be even more aggressive as potting soil dries out quickly. Always strive to keep your soil moist, but not drenched. After emergence, watering should be allocated to a once-a-week basis until the bulbs have completely finished their blooming cycle, and the foliage of the bulb has died back. If your aim is to have your bulbs perennialize, where the plants come back year after year, then keeping your bulb foliage in place until it dies back is a must. Doing this allows the carbohydrates and the leaves to return to the bulb, giving the plants enough energy to be held over until next year. Cut back too soon, the bulbs will spend all of their energy surviving the winter before being able to produce a bloom in the spring. For the new gardeners out there, if you'd like to have spring flowering bulb blooms in your yard this year, you are unfortunately out of luck if they aren't already planted there. Spring emerging bulbs are planted in the fall, typically between September and November, October being optimal. This is because they require a transition stage known as a vernalization period. At this stage, the bulbs are exposed to a long period of cold temperatures, triggering a hormonal response that tells them to set a bud. Once heat returns, the buds then grow to produce the shoots you see emerging in the spring. So, plan ahead if you want to establish spring bulbs in your garden. Be ready to get to work when fall rolls around. And for those that already have their bulbs, just remember, fertilize, water, and don't cut them back too soon. If you have any more questions on the matter, you can always reach out to your local Extension Office. Until next time, I'm Anthony Reardon with the West Plains Extension District, and you have a wonderful day.